again, thank you for joining me. I hope you realise just how much it means to me when you do. It really does. It makes it all worthwhile, knowing that I'm not sitting talking to myself like I don't know what. I want to talk a little bit about how things in childhood can influence us later on. But this is a light-hearted piece, it's nothing serious. And I'm thinking in particular of camping. Now, when I was a child, my father was very proud of his garden. It was lovely, it always was. Small but beautifully marked, as the saying goes. And I was given a tent, what I suppose would these days be called a play tent. No idea what for. I presume it must have been a birthday or something. And my friend and myself decided we are going camping. Right. To which the answer was, no, you're not. So compromises were reached, and it was agreed that we could camp on the lawn at the back of my home. Both sets of parents were okay with that, and we were given the back door keys so that if we needed the facilities in the night, we could go in and use them. But we insisted that we are going to sleep out here and have our breakfast out here as well. Okay, off you go. So I think we read by torchlight until we stopped giggling and went to sleep. Fine, no problem, though I imagine that my parents looked out of their bedroom on more than one occasion during the night, or even tiptoed down to check that there were still 2 heads and 4 feet showing. Knowing my parents, yes. But come breakfast, we got our dishes out, we got our spoons, and we'd put a bottle of milk in a container of cold water. Now that's forward planning for you. And we started to pour our cornflakes into our bowls. There were a lot of little black specks in the cornflakes, and these were scuttling around, moving black specks, i.e. they were ants, at which we both went, "Ugh!" and fled into the kitchen. I seem to recall there wasn't one single told you so, rather, right, what would you like for your breakfasts then? But I can remember that vividly, and I can remember pouring that bowl of cornflakes with the extra protein in with them. Maybe I should suggest it to cereal companies, it might catch on. No. But that did put me off camping, I have to say. But later, when I'd just finished uni and was about to get married, a group of friends were going down to a campsite near St Morgan, which is in Cornwall. It was an Air Force base. I think it's now a civilian airport. Could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. And everybody but us had their own tent. Don't worry. The campsite belonged to one of the group that were going, to one of their parents. Dad's got a spare tent, so you can use that. Great, thanks. So we got down, and the tent had already been erected for us, which was super. Except our friends all had sort of modern whizzy bang ones, and this one of ours had wooden poles that you had to slot together, was big, was sturdy, and guy ropes galore going all over the place, but it was good. And we had a lovely visit. It was fun, which was what was needed. And we ended up getting back late one evening from our day of adventuring, and we knew that the people in the mess were still around. So this guy who knew them said, "Any chance of bacon butties?" Yeah, no problem. So bacon butties were produced and they tasted wonderful. Anyway, next morning, time to go. We took our tent down, folded it up very carefully, squashed it into the bag in which it resided, and went to give our thanks to the dad who had let us use his campsite and let us use his tent, to be told, "Oh no, you've not taken it down. It took us ages to put it up, and we've got somebody coming in to use it today." Uh-oh. Shall we put it back up? No, that's all right, off you go. So we didn't take being told twice. Off we went and headed home. But throughout the years, my sons have done a lot of camping with the Duke of Edinburgh Awards. Memories of them coming back in the transport, having slept all the way, drool down the side of their face, and the tales of what had happened, well, those that they could tell us. And one tale only emerged from the leader, who, unfortunately for my sons, I happen to know. And he said, "Did they tell you about the tree?" No. Apparently there was a storm one night, and a big tree, a fully mature tree, had fallen, and it had fallen right between two tents, and nobody in the tents even woke or was aware of what had happened. I have to say, I think that they had sort of spent the evening before knocking at the back door of a pub asking if they could have a drink, please, because they didn't dare go in the bar because the leaders were in there. So yeah, enough to put you off again, but all has been restored. I now love camping. Well, glamping. Camping at its best. A solid floor underneath me, a wood burner as a cooker and gas stove, proper toilets, proper showers, and beds that were exquisite. I don't think I've ever had such a wonderful night's sleep as I did under this huge thick duvet with rain falling onto the canvas above. It was glorious. So, faith in camping renewed, though I can't see me returning to a sleeping bag on a solid, uncomfortable floor. I think I can use age and decrepitude as my excuse from now on. So thank you for joining me. Take care, and if you are going camping, make sure you have things fully, properly sealed. Bye for now. Bye.